The Magic Horse Story Part 3. The king called Cat Lin to come. As soon as he heard that Cat Lin was a poor hunter in a faraway place, the king looked down and said, "Well, take it. This is the gift you are rewarded with. Well, go away." Cat Lin turned away angrily. Now it and number 39's time for the king and number 39's three princesses to throw hydrangeas to choose their husbands. All the young men followed the king and number 39's orders and passed one by one at the foot of the dais. The eldest princess and the second princess chose the right mandarins. But the third princess Hazan and Hash 39 thrown the hydrangea down to anyone yet. Standing next to him, the king impatiently said, "Son, why Haven and number 39 you thrown the hydrangea away yet? Is it possible that no one agrees with you?" The third princess did not seem to hear the king and number 39's words. Her eyes looked intently down the stage to find her beloved young man. Cat Lin rode on the back of the divine horse and was the last person to walk at the foot of the high platform. Suddenly, a five-colored hydrangea from above threw the stem of his head. Immediately, several girls in pink shirts ran in front of him, without saying a word, dragging him to meet the king. The king recognized Cat Lin, turned his head to look at the third princess and said sadly, "Princess, since the Lord has chosen you, you should take the princess away." Seeing that the third princess is beautiful, has a gentle personality, has a gentle and calm demeanor, unlike the first princess and the second princess, Cat Lin sees having such a wife is very precious, so he accepted. Cat Lin and the third princess lived in an old cloth hut. The king only gave the couple 10 goats, but nothing else. The third princess didn't and Hash 39 care anymore. She worked hard every day, helping the poor with sewing and embroidery. Every day Cat Lin goes to remote forests to hunt. The two lived a happy and joyful life. Not long after, the king suddenly became seriously ill. The famous doctors in the country who visited the patient said that it was impossible to cure him anymore. The king and number 39's illness became more and more dangerous. The ministers quietly went away, leaving the king alone, groaning in pain on the hospital bed. Knowing that it was difficult for him to survive, the king loudly called for his 2 concubines and the princess, but until noon there was still no one. It turned out that the royal concubines and princesses, while the king was critically ill, stole a lot of the king and number 39's wealth and jewels and fled to another place. The third princess heard that the king was seriously ill. Lan hurriedly came to visit. Seeing the third princess, the king felt sad and tears streamed down. The third princess took care of the king for a day and a night. Seeing that his condition was not improving, she immediately ran home to inform Cat Lin. Looking at his wife and number 39's sad face, Cat Lin did not feel reassured and comforted her. "Don and number 39's worry too much. Let me think of a way to see." Cat Lin stepped out and said to the divine horse that had just galloped up, "Right now, Quoc Lin the king and number 39's condition is critical. Do you know where there is Ganoderma lucidum?" The divine horse said, "Here, go straight to the east. On the top of a high mountain there is a type of Ganoderma herb that can cure all diseases. But first, the owner must kill the 9-headed lion, and only then can he get the fairy grass. Just go and try it. Who knows, Maybe I won and number 39. Be able to do it. Cat Lin said goodbye to his beloved wife and rode on the back of the god. The horse, like an arrow, shot up into the air, flying straight to the east. Moments later, coming to a mountain blocking the path, the divine horse stopped on a flat rock halfway up the mountain and said to Cat Lin, "Master has arrived. Please, Master, please go up alone." Cat Lin looked at the towering mountain peak. "Can and number 39? You take me up anymore?" The divine horse shook his head. "No, Master. I did not fly to this mountain." There was no other way. Cat Lin had to get off her horse and use all her climbing skills to climb up like a monkey. A slippery cliff, without any grip, above protruding an ancient pine tree. Cat Lin came up with a plan, tied a long rope to the end of the arrow and used all her strength to shoot it. The arrow stuck into the tree trunk. Cat Lin tried to stretch the rope, then clung to it and climbed up. From early morning until sunset, Cat Lin reached the top of the mountain. A giant 9-headed black lion was sleeping next to a large green rock, snoring loudly like thunder. Cat Lin quickly took her bow and arrow and aimed straight at the middle of the lion and number 39's head and shot one shot. The lion was in so much pain that he woke up and fell asleep, watching Cat Lin roar loudly, making the mountain shake. Cat Lin was stunned and almost fell to the ground. While the enemy had not yet had time to attack, Cat Lin used all her courage to shoot all the remaining arrows consecutively at the 9-headed black lion. The lion roared in pain and used all his strength to jump forward. Unexpectedly, the force was too strong, so it fell to the foot of the mountain and died. Cat Lin found 2 fairy grass plants next to the green rock, immediately pulled them all up, carefully put them in her shirt, and then slid down from the top of the mountain. It was late at night. The divine horse was still standing in the same place waiting for him. Returning home, Cat Lin gave the fairy grass to his wife and said, "Hurry and bring it to your father." Sure enough, as soon as the king finished eating the fairy grass, not only did he immediately recover from his illness, but his body also became stronger. When the king learned that it was the poor hunter who did not care about danger and decided to go to the top to find the fairy grass to save his life, the king was deeply moved and immediately invited Cat Lin into the palace, determined to give him the throne. Cat Lin firmly refused to accept, only asking the king for permission to bring his wife back to her homeland. The king agreed. The next day, Cat Lin and the princess sat on the back of the divine horse, waved goodbye to the king and all the people, and then flew straight back to their beloved homeland. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.